All right, well, let's move on to the biggest legal story of the week. Olivia Wilde and Jason Sudeikis' former nanny, Erika, is suing them for discrimination, alleging they terminated her employment because of her mental health. So in court documents, she alleges she became increasingly anxious and stressed after Olivia and Jason ended their romantic relationship. In the complaint, she alleged that Olivia abruptly left the home where she lived with Jason and the children in November of 2020, and Jason leaned on the presence of the nanny for support. In her complaint, she claims that Olivia's absence in late 2020 and early 2021 caused her stress and anxiety to keep boiling up as she spent more time with the kids. Jayne also claimed that she eventually began attending group therapy with Olivia and Jason. And then she later started seeing an osteopath to treat her symptoms of physical pain, anxiety, and stress. And then in February of 2021, she told Jason that she planned to quit, but would give him up to 5 months to find a new caretaker for the children. She then was told that to give them radio silence for a few days, but Jason within hours was demanding that he speak with her. And that was when she was terminated on the spot. So now she believes she was terminated because of her disability of anxiety, depression, and for seeking the reasonable accommodation of 3-day leave of absence for the same. So what exactly is she seeking in this case?
Well, Christian, I know this case very well because my law firm is representing Erika, and she's seeking damages for wrongful termination. So under California law, you can't terminate someone for a protected reason for asking to go on medical leave, especially when it was at the recommendation of a doctor.
Yeah, no, definitely. So she, like you said, she's seeking damages, including loss of earnings, deferred compensation, and other employment benefits. So where do you see this kind of ending up? Do you think that this is something that will be settled out of court, or do you think that this could eventually go to trial?
It could very well go to trial because we know that Jason and Olivia, they've dug their heels in. They say that this case has no merit. So when a defendant says something like that, my response is, well, let's have a judge and jury decide. And that's absolutely what's going to happen in this case.
No, definitely. And I guess she can prove that she was terminated because of her disability if her doctor, gave her that, warning to, not have that 3-day communication, and then Jason broke that, correct?
Well, yeah, so I can't get into Jason's head, but when someone gives a doctor's note and they're terminated within hours, almost immediately, a jury can reasonably find that she was terminated in response to providing this doctor's note. This isn't someone that was let go days or even weeks later. The termination was immediately upon providing the note, which makes it for a very strong employment case.
Right. And it does appear based on, the court documents and when we saw it, that it appears that this relationship was more than just a nanny. Like she was there for them in the time where they split. It seems almost like they took advantage of her a little bit. Is that abnormal? Is that something that you're also going to bring up in this case as well?
Yeah, that's certainly something that we're going to argue. And, obviously this wasn't your typical nanny relationship because the household was in turmoil. Olivia was on her way out and Erika had to take on additional responsibility, not just for the kids, but to deal with Jason and his levels of anxiety as well. We all know how difficult the separation can be, not just for the spouses, but for anyone working in the household as well. And she was experiencing the same level of anxiety as Jason and Olivia were.
Mm-hmm. No, I know that Erika has spoken out before about this famous salad dressing story, which I'm still obsessed about. But at the time, Olivia and Jason said that she was harassing them. Is that a defense that they could possibly use?
Well, they're going to argue that she was terminated for a legitimate reason. So I expect to hear that type of defense. And of course, as her lawyers, we're going to try to convince jurors here in California that she was terminated for a prohibited reason because she was ordered to go on leave. Let's not forget, a doctor told her, do not talk to Jason, do not talk to Olivia. You need a few days off for your mental health. And they refused, at least the argument will be, they refused to accommodate that medical direction that her doctor was provided. And let's not forget, this doctor was recommended by Jason. So this is their doctor who's telling Erika what to do. And then when they don't like the direction that the doctor was giving Erika, they decided to terminate her. So that's going to be the argument, and that's what jurors are going to hear in this case.
Interesting. Are you surprised that Olivia and Jason haven't responded to this so far?
Well, it was just filed just a few days ago. So I expect them to file both a legal response. I'm sure their PR team will put something out as well. But it doesn't really matter what's said in the press or even what's said on the show. What really matters is the evidence that's presented in court, and we're excited to present that on behalf of Erika.
For more news, content, and exclusive interviews, make sure to hit the sub, like, and bell button down below and visit usmagazine.com.